Fake HOA tried snatching my kid. They didn't know I'm a combat-trained federal rancher. The farmer's market was alive with the hum of vendors hawking fresh peaches and the chatter of families weaving through stalls. I was there with my daughter, Lily, her tiny hand clutching mine as she pointed at a pile of strawberries. Then, out of nowhere, a sharp voice sliced through the noise. That child shouldn't be here unsupervised. I turned to see Karen HOA dripping in designer labels. Her lips pursed in judgment. Her eyes locked onto Lily like a hawk spotting prey. She stormed toward us, her heels clicking with purpose, claiming I was an unfit parent, that she'd report me to her HOA board for endangering my own kid. The audacity hit me like a punch. I'm a federal rancher trained in combat, not some pushover. Karen didn't know who she was messing with. Her accusations escalated fast. Karen, self-appointed queen of the neighborhood, spun a tale to the gathering crowd, claiming she'd seen Lily wandering alone, that I'd neglected her. She waved her phone, threatening to call CPS, her voice shrill with fake concern. The market froze, eyes on us. I held Lily close, her confused face breaking my heart. Karen's lies were a calculated performance. She wasn't just attacking me. She was trying to humiliate us to boost her own ego. I could feel the crowd's judgment shifting, whispers questioning my parenting. But I stayed calm. I'd faced worse than a loudmouth in a fur coat. I told her to back off, my voice low but firm. She laughed, doubling down, saying she'd have Lily relocated for her safety. That's when I knew this wasn't just a tantrum, it was a power grab. As Karen's tirade grew, a new figure emerged from the crowd. Mrs. Delgado, the elderly vendor whose fruit stand I'd helped save from a storm last spring. Her weathered hands trembled as she stepped forward, her voice cutting through Karen's noise. I saw everything, she said, eyes blazing. That woman tried to lure Lily with candy when you stepped away for a second to pay for apples. The crowd gasped. Mrs. Delgado's words were a bombshell, flipping the narrative. Karen's face twitched, her confidence cracking. She hadn't counted on a witness. Mrs. Delgado went on, detailing how Karen had whispered to Lily, offering sweets, trying to coax her away. My blood ran cold. This wasn't just slander, it was predatory. I gripped Lily's hand tighter, my training kicking in, every instinct screaming to protect. The confrontation exploded. Karen, cornered, lashed out, denying everything. She pointed at Mrs. Delgado, calling her a liar, a nobody vendor. That was her mistake. The crowd, mostly locals who loved Mrs. Delgado's stand, turned on her. I stepped forward, my voice steady but laced with steel. You thought you could scare me? Manipulate my kid? I recounted my credentials: years as a federal rancher, trained in hand-to-hand combat, crisis negotiation, the works. Karen's eyes widened, her bravado crumbling. I wasn't just a mom. I was a force she hadn't anticipated. The crowd murmured, sensing the tide turning. Then Karen, desperate, made her fatal move. She lunged at Mrs. Delgado's stand, knocking over crates of apples, screaming that we were all conspiring against her. The chaos was her undoing. Karen's meltdown was a spectacle. Apples rolled across the dirt, her designer coat now smeared with juice. She ranted, accusing everyone of jealousy, her voice cracking as she lost control. The crowd filmed her, phones out, capturing every unhinged moment. Mrs. Delgado, unshaken, pointed out the candy wrapper. Karen had dropped evidence of her scheme. I stepped in, using my training to de-escalate, but not before warning Karen, "You're done here." The market security, alerted by the commotion, arrived. They'd heard enough from witnesses to escort her out. Karen's screams echoed as she was led away, her reputation in tatters. Lily, clinging to me, whispered, "Is she gone?" I nodded, promising she was safe. The crowd applauded, not just for me, but for Mrs. Delgado's courage and the community that stood up. In the aftermath, the market buzzed with a new energy. Vendors offered Lily free fruit, and strangers shared stories of Karen's past antics, her HOA reign of terror, fining people for petty nonsense, bullying anyone who dared challenge her. She tried to control the market, too, demanding vendors pay her protection fees. Her attempt to save Lily was just another power play, a way to flex her influence. But she'd picked the wrong target. My training, my love for my daughter, and an unexpected ally in Mrs. Delgado had brought her down. The market felt lighter, like a storm had passed. Lily smiled again, munching on a strawberry, and I knew we'd turned a corner. Evil doesn't win when good people stand together. What do you think was Karen's downfall deserved? Share your thoughts on justice and standing up to bullies.